Hello and welcome back at Stein Investments. In today's video I'd like to talk about IX Power, which is an amazing product, and it's more or less a side product from FX Power, which has been one of the most popular currency strength meters for over a decade now. And we've been asked pretty often if we can't develop something similar for non-Forex trading symbols, because some of our users are also interested in index trading, cryptocurrencies, or commodities. And so we did, and the result is IX Power, which comes with a modified FX Power algorithm to consider only the data of the underlying trading symbol. And while designing and trading with it, we noticed that it's not only capable of providing a real benefit to non-Forex trading symbols, the strategy we developed is also very capable of serious profits on usual currency pairs. But we'll come to that at a later point. Right now, I'd like to start with the properties and indicator settings, because that's what many of you are interested in, to understand what you are dealing with. And we'll start with the calculation type, which is classic as default for MT5 users and no synchronization for MT4 users. The difference is that classic checks more of the data consistency, which is easy on MT5, but MT4 sometimes struggles with it because it takes 10 times more time to run the identical code. And so we had to provide our users that struggle with the performance, especially on low performance clients, a mode that is a bit faster, and they can decide whether they want the maximum precision or they want to get a faster result. As usual, you can choose the analysis period from 10 minutes up to 3 years. We use usually 1 week for the long-term trend analysis, 1 day for the midterm, and 4 hours for the short term. In this setup here, you can see we are running 3 IX Power instances in one sub-window, and you'll find a playlist of how to configure that on our YouTube channel, but you can always get a ready-made template, and I'll show you later on where you can find this. History bars to calculate defines how far back these strength lines are drawn, and if you want to do some extensive research work and check how often a specific setup has been profitable over the last week or so, then you choose a higher range of bars, like 5 to 10,000, to be able to go back in history and get the strength lines. If you are just using it on a intraday trading chart, I'd say 500 bars is way than enough. This is also a question of speed for MT4 users. So if they are struggling with the performance, then I highly recommend reducing this to maybe 250 or 500 bars, which is more than enough for their usual trading activities. These multi-instance settings are relevant if you want to set up such a free instance setup like we use. And then you have some alert settings where you can define at which threshold you want to be alerted for strength or weakness. And right below you'll find some graphical settings where you can adapt the entire interface to your needs. And at the bottom of the properties you'll find the notification settings, so in which way you want to be notified, either on your mobile device or via email. And you can also define a time schedule of when you want to get these alerts, because you have, especially on indices, to consider the exchange times when these symbols are traded. And so you can set up a specific time periods to not get an alert if the exchange is more or less closed anyway. So that's it from the properties, and I would say we'll check the product page now and see where to find the content you're really interested in. So this is the IX Power product page. It is available for MT4 and MT5 as all our products, and you'll find some detailed information of what this tool is about, but I guess the most important one is the link to our Stein Investments page, where we provide a central source for all the content we provide for you. And in chapter 1 you'll find our proven strategies, which are either for volume and power users, gold traders, breakout strategy for Forex traders, and that's what we are here for, the easy scalping strategy with IX Power. The easy scalping strategy is mainly based on a system that considers the long-term trend and checks for reversals to enter once the reversal is over, and you'll find a detailed explanation with trading screenshots here on this page, as well as a template for MT5 and MT4, which you can download and set up this triple instance setup you've seen before easily, and you can start straight away with trading the easy scalping strategy. So what is this easy scalping strategy about, and how can we make money with it? The easy scalping strategy is mainly a system based on a strong trend and reversals. And we use the reversals to get a good entry with a reasonable risk and reward ratio. And how are the trends be defined? That's what the mid and long-term trend comes into play. This is the 1 week analysis and the 1 day analysis in our example, and you can see the 1 week is the thick line and the 1 day is the thin but straight line here, and those indicate both that there is a very strong uptrend. But this buy pressure sometimes releases, and then you'll see these short-term reversal moves indicated by the short-term analysis, and we are spotting for exactly these moves where the short-term price moves down to the opposite extreme side. So we want to see it below -40 in an uptrend, and there you can see there is some sell pressure, but this ends pretty quickly, and then you can see the price is turning back again in the direction of the long-term trend. And if we enable crosshair, which is another awesome tool provided by us, then you can see we enter here at the 0 cross, which means you are entering here. You can place your stop loss here, and it moves all the way up until here. This is the perfect exit point. You probably won't catch this ideal exit point, but that's not relevant because you are still in this massive uptrend and you can close your trade anytime here. So this is a pretty perfect example for a strong uptrend, a short-term move to the opposite side of the scale, then it's going back in line with the long-term trend, and you get a trade with a risk and reward ratio of at least 1 to 2, if not 1 to 3. So that's pretty good. And you'll find a lot more of these examples if you have a look. This is one example which I traded last week, as shown in our morning briefing video. And in this example I was already pretty late for this trade because the ideal entry would have been 1 or 2 candles before. So here, stop loss here, and then all the way up here until the end of the London session. So yeah, it can't be easier than that. Let's have a look for more examples here. Oh, I have to tell you about invalid examples. Invalid setups are if the midterm is also following to the opposite side. This is no trading constellation for us. In this example, we stay out. But here is another one. The thick line is the 1 week. The straight line is the 1 day analysis. Both are clearly strong. Here has been a drop to the opposite side. Here it returns back to the strong side of the scale. So yeah, the entry would have been somewhere here, stop loss here, and then go further. Here's another example. Both mid and long-term trends are clearly strong. There was a move to the opposite side on the short-term 4-hour analysis, then it goes back, and you get a great move here to the upside. And interestingly, this works on Forex symbols as well. While checking what IX Power is capable of, I set the same setup I use for the non-Forex symbols and tested it on British pound, Canadian dollar today, for example, and the entry would have been here, providing an outstanding risk and reward ratio until the price hit this resistance now. So you can see IX Power is not just capable of providing you great entries on non-Forex trading symbols, it's also capable of being used on your usual Forex pairs. I can only recommend setting up this triple instance via the template we provide at the strategy description page, and then browse through the symbols you are usually trading and interested in, and I'm pretty sure you'll find some awesome entries and make use of it. These tools are just excellent, and they provide you everything you need to know to trade profitable. With discipline and patience, you're set and done. That's it. Wish you a great day and catch you in the next one. See you and bye bye.